For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. It's kind of, this is kind of like a...
Are you dumb or something?
I take my kids to the movies to see Avengers. It's $150. I'm like, I don't even want to see myself that much.
For months, we've known that Captain America 4 Brave New World, or in other words, a Captain America movie with no Captain America in it, was going to be a complete and total disaster. From delays to a multitude of rewrites to reshooting effectively the entire movie.
He's the what people should look up to. He's what people should he's representing and embodying the ethic of America, truth, justice, strength, honor, all that kind of stuff. He's the embodiment. That's what people should be hoping to strive to become.
Concerns have been swirling around Captain America, Brave New World for months, with reports of delays, rewrites, and extensive reshoots fueling speculation about the film's fate. Now, Anthony Mackie has added to the controversy with a statement that has left fans questioning whether he truly understands the role of Captain America. Mackie's remarks suggested that America shouldn't necessarily be central to Captain America's identity, a sentiment that has sparked debate among fans. The response echoes the backlash Rachel Zegler faced after calling Snow White outdated and weird, which led to delays and attempts by Disney to repair the damage. Some fear that Mackie's statement could have a similar impact on Brave New World before its release. Marvel is already navigating troubled waters. The MCU is struggling to maintain its audience, the Avengers lack a clear leader, and fan interest is waning. Now, Mackie's comments risk further alienating a dedicated fanbase, potentially jeopardizing the film's success. For decades, Captain America has stood for more than just a comic book hero. He embodies patriotism, honor, and courage, ideals that transcend politics and government, resonating with people from all walks of life. His iconic costume, adorned with the American flag, reinforces these timeless values. Moving away from this foundation risks diluting the character's legacy and alienating loyal fans. Captain America's shield symbolizes defense and protection, standing between the innocent and those who seek to harm them. Even the A on his forehead has been humorously reinforced in the comics as standing for America, not any other nation. His strength has never been about brute force, but about his unwavering commitment to doing what is right, no matter the cost. If Marvel isn't careful, Brave New World could become another disappointment in a string of recent MCU misfires. The character's significance lies in the hope and unwavering principles he represents, both within the Marvel Universe and to audiences worldwide. Moving too far from this legacy risks not only the film's success, but also the enduring strength of Captain America as a cultural icon.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
If this movie actually can open in that $90 to $95 million range, with a new a new character taking on the role of and taking on the mantle of Captain America, I think you got to take that as an unmitigated win.
That would be a very respectable beginning for that film, opening weekend.
No, that would be a gigantic bomb because they basically had to reshoot an entirely new movie because the test screenings were so negatively received.
Screenings did not go over so well. I don't know which version is going to actually land in theaters, but this trailer has me sold.
The world is on the brink of war. The world needs a reset. Adamantium is the discovery of the millennium. So many surprises left.
Adamantium could tip the global balance of power.
If only one country is going to control it, it's going to be us. You have no idea what I have in store. We can't let it end up in a brawl.
Captain America was born during World War II as a direct response to tyranny, fascism, and oppression. He wasn't just another superhero. He was a beacon of hope when the world needed it most. More than that, he embodied America's highest ideals: courage, selflessness, integrity, and unwavering determination. That's why Steve Rogers remains an enduring and beloved figure to this day. Any actor stepping into the role should understand and respect that legacy. Yet, Anthony Mackie recently sparked controversy by stating, "I don't think the term America should be one of those representations." Wait, what? The man playing Captain America doesn't believe the character should represent America? That's like an actor portraying Spider-Man saying, "I don't think this character should have anything to do with spiders." It's an absurd contradiction. Captain America's identity is inseparable from the ideals he represents. He isn't just another hero, he's a living embodiment of hope, perseverance, and moral fortitude. Stripping away that foundational aspect diminishes what makes him truly special and iconic. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time Hollywood has attempted to water down Captain America's essence. In the comics, there have been controversial attempts to rebrand him, such as renaming him the Captain, to make him seem less patriotic or having him abandon his shield in disillusionment over America's actions. Similarly, DC faced backlash when they removed the American Way from Superman's classic Truth, Justice, and the American Way slogan in an effort to make the character more globally palatable. This trend is all too familiar. Hollywood takes something beloved, strips away what made it resonate with fans, and then feigns surprise when audiences push back. Instead of honoring the core values that made these characters legendary.
That's a lower opening than Quantumania, the movie that fractured fans' faith in Marvel. But one could argue that that was the third film in the franchise. What a franchise what a trilogy that was. And while this might be the fourth Captain America movie, it's Sam Wilson's first with the Shield after his successful Disney Plus series.
I didn't finish Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it feels like Anthony Mackie and his Captain America belongs on the big screen for me.
Yeah, he's not Steve Rogers. He's a whole nother Captain America, and you're going to have to deal with it.
Easy, big fella.
Cannot wait to hopefully see everyone on board with Anthony Mackie as Cap. I think I got there throughout the arc of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love seeing the ascent of Sam Wilson into this heroic figure with the responsibility of Cap. Like, he took on all those responsibilities, and he grew into the wielding the shield while we saw why Winter Soldier.
Over the past year, we've seen time and again that actors publicly criticizing their own movies rarely ends well. Rachel Zegler learned this the hard way when she mocked Snow White, calling the classic Disney film outdated and weird. She dismissed the love story, ridiculed the prince, and made it clear she had little respect for the beloved source material. The backlash was swift. Fans turned on the project, delays followed, and Disney found itself scrambling to salvage what had become a PR disaster. Costly reshoots were ordered, and the film was quietly pushed down the studio's priority list. Now, history seems to be repeating itself, but this time, it's Anthony Mackie at the center of controversy. Instead of promoting Captain America, Brave New World in a way that honors the legacy of the character, Mackie is pushing a narrative that fans never asked for. He's emphasizing that Captain America is about honor, dignity, and integrity, which sounds fine on the surface, but in doing so, he's missing a crucial point. Captain America has always been more than just a moral compass. He's a symbol of unwavering courage, freedom, and the determination to do what's right, no matter the odds. When actors stray from the core identity of beloved characters, they risk alienating the very fans who have kept these stories alive for decades. Hollywood needs to understand that honoring the past doesn't mean resisting progress. It means preserving what made these characters special, while allowing them to evolve naturally. Captain America's values are deeply tied to America itself. They're not just an accessory to the character, they define him. Fans were quick to push back on any attempt to separate Cap from his patriotic roots. The reaction online was fierce, with many saying, well, his name is Captain America for a reason. The message was clear. If an actor doesn't fully embrace what Captain America represents, why take on the role at all? Some fans have even called for a boycott of Brave New World, which could be disastrous for Marvel, given its recent struggles at the box office. Realizing the backlash, Mackie later tried to clarify his comments, saying, "I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime." But by then, the damage was done. Many saw it as an attempted damage control, and few were convinced. Beyond the controversy surrounding Mackie, the film itself seems to be in trouble. Reports suggest multiple rewrites and extensive reshoots, with test screenings yielding disappointing results. While Marvel claims the budget is $180 million, insiders suggest that reshoots alone may have cost that much. Even the final runtime, just 1 hour and 58 minutes, the shortest Captain America movie ever, hints at rushed production and potential compromises. Mackie, clearly frustrated by the controversy, recently said, "Let's just go to the movies."
Conservatives are boycotting the Captain America Marvel franchise because, well, the new actor who plays Captain America doesn't really think Captain America represents America.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
Oh, and for him, that's apparently not America.
What's going on with Captain America Brave World? Are you still in it?
I am not a part of that film.
What happened?
The script went through a lot of rewrites and reshoots, and essentially my role got either repurposed or completely erased. Yeah, from my understanding, there were just a lot of rewrites and a lot of reshoots. I've got a finished product that hopefully they're happy with, and hopefully it's successful, but it will be sans Seth Rollins.
There is a guy in the trailer that looks an awful lot like Seth Rollins.
To be fair, he looked an awful lot like you as well, because you could just see his eyeballs.
Wait a second.
We got some dark, deep-set eyes, so who knows? I will say unequivocally, I am not in the film. I do not want anybody to go to the film thinking, oh, I'm here to see Seth Rollins. There might be two people that would do that, but if I don't want those two people to waste their time, I am not in the film. It should be a good one. Marvel does a great job.
These are things that would ruin Captain America Brave New World. The first mistake this movie can make is not giving Sam Wilson the super soldier serum. Now listen, I know that kind of goes against what he wants as a character, and that's kind of what makes him different than Steve Rogers, but at the same time, I kind of don't care. This dude is going to be fighting the Red Hulk, members of the Serpent Society, and who knows what in the next Avengers movies. I'm not trying to say that Sam is like a terrible fighter or anything. I'm sure he could kind of hold his own, but if he's going to just be defeating all these people as a regular guy, I feel like it's just going to end up feeling a little bit goofy. Anthony Mackie has literally straight up come out and said that he's not getting the super soldier serum in this movie, but we know they just lie about things in their upcoming films all the time to not spoil stuff, so I feel like it's still possible.
Okay guys, so there's some budget controversy regarding Captain America Brave New World, so let's talk about it because we gotta talk some facts. So this article came out of nowhere saying this movie has a budget of $350 to $375 million, including reshoots, and the reshoots alone cost close to $100 million. Apparently this article says they're set to film 3 major action sequences from May to August 2024.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
Here's a refined and polished version of your text with improved flow and clarity while keeping the original message intact. If Hollywood had learned anything from the Snow White disaster, Anthony Mackie wouldn't be in this mess. Yet here we are again. Another actor dismissing the legacy of a beloved character, another PR disaster, and another movie likely headed for box office failure. Rachel Zegler's downfall was one of the biggest Hollywood blunders in recent years. Instead of promoting Snow White, she mocked the original as weird, dismissed the love story, and acted as though she was above the source material. Fans were furious, backlash spread like wildfire, and Disney scrambled into full damage control mode, delaying and reshooting the film until it was practically buried. Now Mackie seems to be making the same mistake. Rather than embracing what Captain America has always stood for, he made the baffling claim that the character shouldn't actually represent America. That's like signing up to play Batman and then saying Gotham City doesn't matter to the story. It's a misstep that risks alienating loyal fans and setting up yet another Hollywood disappointment. Social media erupted in outrage, with fans calling out the absurdity of the statement. One comment summed it up perfectly. Asterisk, why are you even playing the role? Captain America not representing America is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Asterisk, the frustration was clear. When an actor openly distances a character from its core identity, it feels like a betrayal. This situation mirrors the Snow White controversy, where Zegler's dismissive attitude toward the original story led to an intense backlash and a desperate attempt at damage control. Similarly, Mackie was forced to clarify his comments, posting an Instagram story saying, "Asterisk, let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime." Asterisk, but by then, the damage was done. Fans saw it as an attempt to backtrack rather than a genuine belief in the role. Unfortunately, Mackie isn't the first actor to downplay Captain America's patriotic symbolism. Even Chris Evans, the original MCU Cap, made comments in 2011 suggesting that the first Avenger wasn't a flag-waving movie. DC has done the same with Superman, removing truth, justice, and the American way from his motto in an attempt to make the character more globally appealing. But Hollywood's ongoing effort to strip patriotism from its most iconic heroes isn't working. Fans don't want watered-down versions of these characters. They want authentic portrayals that honor their legacy. This push to make heroes more neutral has backfired, as audiences increasingly reject these sanitized, politically cautious interpretations. The declining box office numbers for Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney films are proof that audiences aren't buying into these changes. Mackie's recent attempts to ease the backlash, claiming that Brave New World isn't political and telling fans to chill out, came far too late. For years, Marvel has leaned into political messaging, particularly in The Falcon and The Winter Soldier, which heavily focused on social and racial themes. Now, Mackie's sudden pivot away from politics feels disingenuous, as if Marvel is trying to course-correct after years of fan complaints. Even before this controversy, Captain America, Brave New World was facing serious production issues. Reports of extensive reshoots, weak test screenings, and a surprisingly short runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes suggest a troubled film. Marvel's post-**Endgame** struggles are becoming more apparent. Without Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., or even Benedict Cumberbatch leading the franchise, the MCU feels increasingly directionless. Meanwhile, the addition of Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, whose storyline is rumored to involve political figures, has only fueled further frustration among fans. Had Mackie embraced Captain America's legacy and connected with fans instead of distancing the character from his American roots, this backlash might have been avoided. Instead, he followed the same Hollywood playbook, dismissing a beloved character's history, facing fan outrage, and then scrambling to fix the damage. But audiences are growing tired of this cycle. They don't want identity politics or shallow reinventions. They want the compelling storytelling and meaningful character development that defined Marvel's earlier successes. If Marvel doesn't correct course soon, Brave New World could become yet another MCU disappointment. Fans have spoken. Respect the legacy of these characters, or risk losing the audience entirely. This version enhances readability and impact while keeping the essence of your argument intact. Let me know if you'd like any further tweaks.
Sam Wilson is barely a full character with zero theme or motivation, and audiences aren't going to show up for him. We'll see how his appearances before Phase 4 set him up for nothing, how his show continued giving him nothing, and use the original 6 Avengers to really contrast his nothingness. Then we'll wrap it up by looking at the trailers, rumors of production hell, and Aldous Huxley to predict where this movie could be going and how many megatons it's going to be.
It didn't even make it past the internal screenings at Disney Marvel. So why is Captain African American in the news again? Well, according to rumor, there was some poor test screenings leading to more reshoots. Now let's keep in mind that 99% of the scoops are full of poop. I mean, these are the same people who reported this banger. Via Daniel RPK, an untitled Marvel Studio film will reportedly start filming in the UK in fall of 2025. Why, thank you for telling us that Marvel might shoot a movie sometime in the near future.
I got a feeling that movie's not going to do well. I got a feeling Thunderbolts is not going to do well. And I think that Captain America is going to have something to, it's going to help, like, it's going to help those movies underperform even worse, because it's hard to tell, because like obviously you had Guardians of the Galaxy and that did pretty good, and outside of all the other Marvel failures that were happening, but nothing that Marvel is putting out is helping the next project. And you're advertising as Little Platoon just said, Captain America in the title, and people are just not interested.
Estimates are leaning towards it's going to make $10 to $20 million less than what Quantumania opened to, and it's looking to make half or less than half of what Captain America Civil War opened to many years back.
And it's sort of ironic they're releasing it February 14th, Valentine's Day, because this box office is going to be anything but a love story for Marvel. Now, of course, I'm not one to call doom and gloom for a project without giving real reason.
It was kind of working. At least for me, over the last couple of weeks, a lot of the trailers, the TV spots, they keep giving us a little bit more of the Red Hulk and that fight. It was really starting to work for me. I don't know if you guys noticed, on the different streams and the videos, but your boy started to get excited for the movie.
Those are heavy hitters, but when you look at the newer, younger people, when you look at Danny, I remember being in that role and being in that position when Chris Evans was Cap. So it's just exciting for people to see him and see what he brings to that character. Reality, you have a storyline that's more just based in a natural reality that we can relate to, just like the other Cap movies. You can expect Harrison Ford. You can expect, you can expect great action. Like we had a great stunt team. My stuntman, David Warren, does flips, kicks, and all kind of crazy stuff.
Man, it's tough being Captain America these days, isn't it?
It's some work.
With a massive budget, weak hype, and growing controversy, Captain America, Brave New World is looking more like a costly misfire than a blockbuster hit. Anthony Mackie had big shoes to fill after Chris Evans, but instead of embracing what made Captain America iconic, he's left many fans questioning whether he's the right person for the role. The MCU itself is in disarray. Steve Rogers is gone. Tony Stark is gone. Even Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange is reportedly absent from future Avengers projects, and Chris Hemsworth's Thor may not return. With no clear leader or direction, Marvel's post-**Endgame* struggles have never been more obvious. Sam Wilson was a compelling character as Falcon, yet Marvel's decision to strip him of that identity and force him into Steve Rogers' role hasn't resonated with many fans. The issue isn't about race, but about respecting character legacies. This storyline was widely rejected in the comics, and now Marvel risks repeating the same mistake on the big screen. The parallels to Snow White are hard to ignore. Rachel Zegler's dismissive remarks alienated audiences before the film even hit theaters, leading to costly reshoots and delays. Similarly, Mackie's controversial comments have sparked backlash, and though he later walked them back, the damage may already be done. Production troubles only add to the uncertainty. Reports suggest extensive reshoots and budget concerns, with insiders claiming reshoots alone cost as much as an entire standalone film. This lack of transparency feels eerily similar to the Marvels, which flopped at the box office despite Disney's attempts to downplay its struggles. If Brave New World fails, it won't just be another underwhelming release. It will further confirm that Marvel's golden age is fading. Fans want stories that respect iconic characters and their legacies, not politically driven revisions that dilute what made them beloved. Unless Marvel listens to its audience, the franchise's decline may only continue. What do you think? Will Brave New World succeed, or is it doomed to join the growing list of superhero flops?